It's me. You know how like somebody you angry at a kid? I'm a fighter. If I touch you in any kind of way, like far as I'm gonna hurt you. So it wasn't that. It was just me removing her from that situation that she didn't.
Gervonta Davis has finally broken his silence on the recent lawsuit filed against him and the latest updates regarding his fight with Jake Paul. According to Tank, the details of the lawsuit filed against him were false allegations from one of his exes who's doing everything possible to ruin his career.
You got arrested. Is there any like positive reassuring things that maybe you can, in a situation of a fighter who's, the whole world's against them at the moment and kind of
just stay prayed up, talk to God, you know what I mean? And keep the faith. That's all that counts. And God will see you through.
Awesome. Appreciate it.
Yep.
In the statement released by Tank, he claimed there is now a pattern growing among his exes who use desperate means to get money from him. There's a growing trend among women whom I've had intimate relationships with in the past to use desperate means to get money from me. And just like the last time, it's happening before another fight. It's all false, and I'm working actively with my team to ensure everything gets fixed before my fight in 2 weeks. The fight remains fixed, and I'll love that my privacy is respected in this season.
Just mad, and once I seen her, I grabbed her by her neck. I just told her, I grabbed her like I should, like you got to get out of here, type thing. Like, and I probably was wrong for doing that. I was wrong for doing that, but it was so much of not me trying to hit her or.
Also, Gervonta Davis's coach, Calvin Ford, told USA Today that Tank is doing fine and that they are surprised by the lawsuit. He's doing great. Everything's good. That's why we're trying to find out what's going on. Jake Paul has also made a statement regarding the latest news, claiming he and his team would look into the matter for clarity before taking any step. Most Valuable Promotions released a statement addressing the latest lawsuit against Gervonta "Tank" Davis. Addressing the issue in a statement emailed to the press, MVP said it have already started an investigation and said it will take further steps once the matter has been reviewed. Most Valuable Promotions immediately initiated an investigation upon learning of the civil lawsuit filed against Gervonta Davis in Miami-Dade County on October 30, 2025. At this time, we are gathering information and reviewing the details to ensure any decision we make is thoroughly vetted. We unequivocally condemn any form of violence and are committed to handling this matter with diligence and respect for all involved. We will make a determination on next steps once we have completed our review and consulted with the appropriate parties. Until then, we will not be commenting further.
Gervonta "Tank" Davis did something awful again, and no, it wasn't scheduling another fight with Jake Paul. He beat a woman. Again. And once again, I'm not talking about Jake Paul. If you know Tank Davis, you know he has a lot of run-ins with the law. But this is actually a civil suit over a certain criminal case that was dropped earlier.
The lawsuit, which was filed on October 30th by his former girlfriend, Courtney Rossell, accuses him of battery, aggravated battery, false imprisonment, kidnapping, and intentional infliction of emotional distress. Per the lawsuit, Rossell worked as a VIP cocktail waitress at a gentleman's club called Tootsie's. On October 27th, Davis allegedly stormed into the club and attacked Rossell at 4:15 a.m. She accuses Davis of choking, grabbing, and dragging her through the kitchen stairwell and back exit and beating her in the parking garage. Rossell claims that she had been privately dating Davis for 5 months, but accused Tank of choking and beating her on multiple occasions, including threatening to kill her on 2 different instances.
Scary movies and dressing up while watching scary movies. And lo and behold, breaking news. I just saw this here, thanks to my agent, Neville, who sent me this. Chris Mannix, love you, boy. That was my brother. He posted that Jake Paul is looking for.
On September 2nd, Davis allegedly threatened to kill her for not answering his calls and texts. Then, on September 23rd, Davis once again threatened her, texting, "I'll kill you," and accusing Rossell of infidelity before physically assaulting her publicly in a restaurant called Playa Miami that same day. The lawsuit also claims that Davis texted Rossell an hour after the incident on October 27th, writing, "I'm on my way, yo ya house." Rossell believes he was heading to her home to abuse her again. Rossell claims to be suffering from severe PTSD due to the abuse and is in constant fear for her life. The lawsuit also states that she has sought medical treatment and therapy following the abuse and is in need of assistance with daily living.
While everyone is innocent until proven guilty, this looks really bad for him. While all the details aren't out, we know the details from the original case, which was basically a shut case with a lot of evidence that he did it. That, along with his prior incidents, innocent until proven guilty, but yeah. If you do something like...
According to ESPN, neither Most Valuable Promotions nor Davis's camp responded to inquiries regarding the state of the fight. It's radio silence from all parties and deja vu for Tank fans again, she minds, as the boxing community awaits to see how Davis's latest legal troubles play out.
But from my understanding, it's a civil suit. It probably could turn into worse. A woman who is a waitress at a club. So I don't know all the details. You guys to check the details, but
according to a report from Sports Illustrated's Chris Mannix, Jake Paul's team is now actively preparing to find a replacement opponent for the November 14th card. Mannix posted on X, announcing the development. Legal issues with Davis have become a regular occurrence, and this starkly contradicts what the World Boxing Association lightweight champion said about his mental health just a few days ago. The case could mean serious consequences for Davis both in and out of the ring in the coming days, and could certainly put the Paul versus Tank event in genuine trouble.
Times people are going to believe you did it the 7th. So why is this coming up again? Well, now we talk about Jake Paul. There were a lot of theories that the reason the original charges got dropped, despite it being pretty clear that he was going to get convicted, was he convinced her to stop pressing charges so that he can actually schedule this Jake Paul fight. Because it was announced the day after the charges.
With Gervonta Davis's legal troubles putting the much-anticipated exhibition match against Jake Paul in jeopardy, reports of a search for a new dance partner have emerged. It didn't take long before Garcia's name topped the list of prospective contenders. Though he has been in a back and forth with the Paul brothers and has even seemingly called out Jake, it's not yet clear if the Californian has taken a shine to this unexpected opportunity. However, even if he entertains it, Ryan Garcia may have to temper his enthusiasm. His promoter, Oscar De La Hoya, would want nothing to do with a matchup against Jake Paul. The former world champion turned promoter worked with Paul's MVP in June.
What's up, guys? Happy Saturday. So I wake up to calls from reporters asking me about Jake Paul and Ryan Garcia. Let me just tell you why this fight is not going to happen. Ryan Garcia fights for DAZN, and Jake Paul fights on Netflix. I mean, that's pretty much the bottom line. Golden Boy has a contract with DAZN. Ryan Garcia has a contract with Golden Boy. And that's just the way it is. I mean, this is business. Ryan Garcia...
Still, reported broadcast tie-ups make a direct matchup a visible challenge. De La Hoya's update comes amid fresh reports of Garcia making a comeback against welterweight champion Mario Barrios as well. So, I wake up to calls from reporters asking me about Jake Paul and Ryan Garcia, began Oscar De La Hoya in a direct address. Fight Hub TV shared the footage on social media. Explaining why the Garcia-Paul matchup cannot take place, the Golden Boy honcho stated, Ryan Garcia fights for Daisy N, and Jake Paul fights on Netflix. That's pretty much the bottom line.
Garcia's probably going to rant saying, oh, you're keeping me from making money and this and that and fighting. No, you have to go by the law, by the rules. You have a contract with DAZN. You have a contract with Golden Boy. It just doesn't happen that way. So anyway, until next time, we'll see you Saturday with Virgil Ortiz. But again, Ryan Garcia's next fight will be announced by me, who he's fighting, and when he's fighting next.
Anticipating a bluster from Ryan Garcia, De La Hoya explained how business works. Golden Boy has a contract with DAZN. Ryan Garcia has a contract with Golden Boy. And that's just the way it is. I mean, this is business. Ryan Garcia is probably going to rant, saying, oh, you're keeping me from making money and this and that and fighting. No, you have to. You have to go by the